Evening, Vill. So we just thought we'd, have a bit of a chat with you. Seeing as though you're up here at the ground, doesn't seem like you've left this season.
I don't feel like I've had a break.
Yeah. First and foremost, just going to ask you a few questions. Going to start off basically with how you think the season went. Give you a review on last season. Weren't bad, were it?
It weren't bad at all. Now the dust has settled a little bit and I've had time to sort of reflect and look back on what we achieved ultimately in terms of winning the playoffs. It was a fantastic achievement. You look at some of the sort of big teams and ambitious clubs that were in the mix. We were well in the mix with, we kept pace with it all the way. A little bit disappointed that we didn't give a stronger challenge to Morpeth, who were obviously, in the end, runaway leaders. Like I said, I think we could have give a bit of a stronger challenge. But really pleased with the attitude of the lads. They bought into it from day one. Even the players that come part way through the season and towards the end of the season, they all bought into the ethos and the philosophy of what we're trying to do, and it paid off. All it did is reaffirmed sort of my thinking in terms of what this football club needs and what needs to come through the door in terms of personalities and characters to take us to that next level ultimately. Really pleased with how the season went. Really pleased with what the players and the club achieved. And it just shows you can do it with the right attitude and if you do things wisely. Yeah,
on that you've mentioned the squad.
Yeah.
Now, seen a few new faces around.
Yeah.
Can you tell us?
Well, obviously it's silly season, so we've had a couple move on, as you know. Aaron Martin being one of them through his obviously achievements last season. He's moved on to pastures new, and as you always get this time of season, you'll get players move on for the extra 10 and 20 quid that's on offer to them, and that's just how the game is. And as a football club, I've always been sort of the mentality, and so is the hierarchy, that we have to fish in different ponds to other teams. So we have to be smart with our recruitment, certainly, and that's what we've done. It's not about sort of reinventing the wheel and building a new squad. We've managed to keep the majority, I'd say the bulk of what has got us to where we were last season. Yes, we've done some recruitment. I know obviously one of them in terms of Mikey Starkey who's come in. There's a couple of others that'll be announced publicly imminently. I'm not going to do that right now. So obviously there's a few that I've got over the line, and there's a few that are still trying to get over the line. So we're in a much stronger place even than we were last season, because obviously going into it last season, we were coming off the back of a sort of a relegation battle ultimately that we avoided, and certainly this season we're going into it on the back of a playoff win. So with a stronger squad, may I add, than we had at the start of last season. So really positive in terms of what's happening in terms of recruitment off the field. So certainly come the start of pre-season, when we get back, we'll be ready and raring to kick on and get into the start of the campaign.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of answered my next one in how the squad's shaping up.
Yeah.
The lads, obviously, that we have seen from last season, all come back, all smiling still. I don't think they've got over that win, have they?
No, I mean, that's just it. It's one of those things that'll stay with them. I was fortunate enough to win a few things when I was a player at non-league. And they stay with you. These are memories that you stay with you. I mean, I always say to the lads in non-league, ultimately, you're not going to be a millionaire from it. It's not going to be life-changing money. But when it's all said and done, if you've got something on the table or on the mantelpiece that you can look back on, that's what you'll do. And these lads have got that, and they want more, and they're hungry for more, and they're all of a good age. So they've all got a lot of football left in them, and certainly going into next season, they'll have that hunger again because they've got a taste for it.
Yeah. On next season.
Yeah.
Can I ask you any expectations?
Listen, I always say, whatever we do and whatever I do, we have to move forward.
Yeah.
I mean, that's setting the bar a bit high based on what we did last season, but we're in a different different leagues. So it's you know, we've got to sort of understand that it's not the same opposition that we had last season. So there's going to be, you know, there's a few familiar faces, but there's certainly a few new, fresh faces. You've got to take into account the strong teams that have come down into the league from the league above. They fell into our league. So in terms of expectations, you know, we'll certainly be sort of pushing at the, you know, the top end of the table, or trying to push towards the top end of the table rather than looking over our shoulders at the bottom end. And for us, you know, like I say, the lads have got the taste for winning and consistency. They know what it takes. You know, they know that now. We can't rest on our laurels in terms of how we do things. So we'll do things similar and better. We'll improve on what we did last season, and see where it takes us. And it's simple as that. I mean, I don't want to say we're going to finish here or finish there, but we'll certainly be trying to replicate, if not better, what we did last season.
Brilliant. I'm just going to ask one last question. We have seen the changeover now.
Yeah.
James Howard has come in.
Yeah.
It's official. He's here.
Yeah.
You're excited for this chapter. It is new. I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've had extensive conversations with James. The thing is, James has been in and around and involved in the football club for the best part of 2 years. So it's not, although to the outside world it might come as a big, you know, new chairman and all the rest of it, and what sort of expectations come with that. But he's been involved in the football club from a financial point of view, and certainly a presence point of view for the last 2 years. So, you know, it was always a sort of transitional period in terms of him coming into the football club and then ultimately taking the mantle from Charlie. Charlie will still be around. He'll still be the vice chair. He'll still be in here to nibble on when I need to. But I've got two now in both James and Charlie, and James is certainly someone who sits on the right side of approachability. You can speak to him. He's not aloof in any way. He's always at the end of the phone when I need him, and it's another one of them where if he's got it, I'll get it. If he hasn't, I won't. And it's as simple as that. And that's how I like to work. I don't like promises that can't be kept. He certainly won't do that, and as Charlie has never done that. So, you know, we're a football club that work with his means. So, irrespective of any new chairman, whatever we've got, that's what we'll work within. It doesn't mean that all of a sudden we're awash with money. We're certainly not. You've seen how, you know, that sort of mentality can affect teams. We're not that. We're sticking with the same budget that we had last season. So nothing's changed in terms of that. We're in the same level as we were last season. So the budget stays the same, and we'll work within that and try and achieve within that budget. So really excited about James coming on board with his ideas and with his making the off the field stuff more professional and more efficient. And sort of, like I said, can't wait to see the results of his involvement.
That's brilliant. I think you need a well-deserved rest, Bill.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
Thank you ever so much for joining us tonight. I'll let you get home because I know you've probably not been there since about 5 a.m.
No, definitely. No.
Thanks a lot, Bill. You take care, and we'll see you soon.
Cheers.
Thank you.